everyone. This is Cristiana Caria, spiritual teacher, director of the International Initiation School. The concept of the school starts from the fact that we talk about esoteric. And then it's all about what we mean esoteric. We mean we look at what is hidden behind the scenes of our life. From the traditional astrology talks about our career, our life, our love, our the aspect of the surface of what we live, the appearances of what we live, but actually what is really important to know, to learn, is what is hidden behind the scenes, because that focus on the unfoldment of our soul journey through life. Tonight we're going, after my foreigner students have asked me many times to do these videos, broadcast videos, live videos about the moon, but I've never had time. And this is my first video in English, so I hope you're really enjoying what I'm talking about. The first things I would like to say is, why do we focus on the full moon? Why do we focus on the new moon? The reason is that in astrology, in esoteric astrology, the moon represents our personality, represents our belief system. The moon carries all the mindset, behavior, and so on that we bring from another life. And then the sun, esoterically, represents our soul. So when we have the sun and the soul and the moon coming together, is about the sun highlighting aspects of the soul, of the moon, of the personality that needs to be transformed, and needs to be, broken, released, so that we can have a rise in consciousness, we can break through and see things from a different point of view, which is the soul point of view. So the concept is that in our life, all the crises that we experience are about opening, widening our the view we have about ourselves, the view we have about our life, so that we can tune with our life, true life purpose. The way we look at life is generally very narrow, because we only look at life through what we know, so through what we have experienced. So only if we break this pattern, we can really go through a big opening, a big widening. And then experience the sense of oneness with everything that is. Tonight we're going to talk about the new moon that we're going to have in Libra on the 9th of October in Europe, in Asia, in China, in Japan. And then this new moon will occur on the 8th in America. So what is the new moon? What is the new moon talking about? The new moon talks about a new start, a new beginning, a new cycle, while the full moon talks about an ending. So in a way, at the new moon, we plant the seed of something new that is about to occur, that is about to unfold in the months to come. And then the days which are the closest to the new moon, so normally it's about 4 days before, 4 days after, are the days where is the time frame where we experience the highest energy, the highest transformation in relation to the moon, the new moon, either new moon or full moon. So this new moon will be in Libra, and then the Libra is an air sign, and air sign in this case means we are looking for, life is asking, the greater life is asking us to bring a fresh air into our life. And Libra is the first star sign ruled by Archangel Michael, because each archangel, we have 4 main archangels, and these 4 archangels rule the 4 seasons. Archangel Michael rules autumn, which is about endings, because in autumn we have the falling down of the leaves, everything appears to die, so we have an harvest, and then we have an ending, a realization. And Archangel Michael rules Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So it's a big, Michael is about highlighting, showing us what we need to let go of the little self, so the personality, what we think we are, our emotion, our behavior, to help us get in contact with the higher self through the energy of our heart. So fresh hair means new hair, means a new opening and breaking down patterns. So normally when I talk about either the new moon or the full moon, I always bring many ancient wisdom systems together, because each of these ancient wisdom systems shines a particular light on a specific aspect. So it's like looking at the same concept from different point of view. So this new moon is going to be on the 9th, mainly in the most majority of the world, and on the 9th of the 10th. So 9 is generally a number that talks about ending. It is the last number of the 9 single digits. And so when we are in a 9, energetically from the soul, from the numerological point of view, we are about of harvesting, keeping what we need, and then leaving behind what we don't need anymore, so that we can move into the new, which is the 1, and the next number. So in the 9, we are talking about the accumulated experience of cycles. So in the last few years, especially in the last year, because this 18 is a year 9, and it's been a very intense year. We know that a lot has happened, a lot of unexpected events, a lot of crises have happened, especially in the summer that we have we've just left behind. And then in there, this experience have shown us a lot of things. And then the 9 talks about that we had to burn all the protective shields, of the protective shell of glamour and illusion that were holding us, were keeping us in a way in the prison, in the jail, in the accumulated mindset that we have developed through life. So this is the time, the 9 talks about a time where we have the rising of the phoenix from out of the ashes. And then the main theme, because the 9 is also the number of the soul, is about the main question here that the 9 brings about is are you ready to manifest your divine purpose? Are you ready to dare the devil to go beyond what apparently is the unknown? Because the 10 is, which is the month, October is a 10, is helping us to dissolve the crystals of the old scars, and then we will experience a sort of the tears of freedom, because we are going to have a new point of view and enter a new land, a new territory, so that we can find our connection with our higher self, with our divine purpose. So if the moon occurs on the 8th, we are going to go through a sort of an alignment between the outer and the inner. So, because the 8 in numerology is the grinding, the dissolution, the reorganization of the outer life in accordance to the inner life. So, the 9 and 10 together are a 19, and at 19 talks about self-leadership, because what we are going to get in contact with, what life is asking us to do, is to be able to find our own inner authority, to be able to choose for what we feel, to choose in relation to who we are, and then we are going to also to understand through the experience that this moon is going to bring about that we are nothing without the cosmic authority. So everything that happens in relation to our divine destiny. And you're going to see when I'm going to show you the configuration, this configuration of the star of the sky at the time of the new moon. We will have a beautiful pentagram that talks about the connection with our soul contracts. So it's a very important time, because something is happening that will lead us to the realization, to the true manifestation of our purpose in this life. But we also need to be aware that this purpose is different for each of us. So because different are the levels of consciousness. But a choice, an important choice is coming, because the degree of this full moon, this new moon, will be at 15 degrees Libra. Libra is a sign of balance. And Libra is, because it's the balance, is this Libra rules the 7th house, and the 7th house is about holding together the personality on one side and the soul on our side, on the other side, and looking for the inner marriage, what we call the mystical marriage, the marriage of canon. And then, so before we get to that point, because Libra in esoteric astrology is also the sign where in a way we stop, we meditate, we contemplate in order to choose what we want to be and how we are going to unfold, let's say, take the next step. The degree of this new moon, as I said, is going to be 15 degrees Libra. And then the Sabian symbol for this degree is, after a storm, a boat landing stands in need of reconstruction. What it means is that we have to be aware that, everything that has happened had to happen because we had to understand quite a few things. And then the need of reconstruction means that we really need to choose a different life, choose to connect with what we feel we truly are. Do we want to hold back to the old way of being, the personality, or we want to really listen to the inner voice within the soul? So it's going to be the 15 in numerology, in the tarot card, is associated to the devil. And the devil in esoteric, as you see here, has the Mercury, the symbol of Mercury on the sexual organs. And then you see these two little beings that are chained to the plinth that is at the bottom under the feet of the devil. So the devil is asking us to go beyond the world of opposite, and in order to become truly, fully realized human being, to explore new horizons without fear. And an important planet in relation to this will be Mercury, because in numerology, Mercury, as I said, look at the card, is the 5 is associated to number 5, and Mercury also brings down ray 4, which is called harmony through conflict. What does this mean? Mercury talks about a mental passage, it talks about the right use of the sexual energy, which means the right use of the life force. So Mercury is the messenger between humanity and God, between the lower self and the man and the higher self. And it says this in Mercury in this configuration is going to in this at the time of the lunation will be at 28 degrees Libra. His purpose is the 28 in numerology is about the one who dares wins. So he's saying, dare to follow what your mind tells, the higher mind tells you to do, which is the higher mind of the soul. So at the time there will be of this lunation, there will be an understanding coming through and a choice to be made, and the choice, the energy will push us in the direction of the soul, because we are going to clear the mindset from the past. Mercury is going to support us we will understand that we don't want to play game anymore, and then we'll bring through a new vibration, and then we will help us to go within and choose what we truly and really want. So is a process of internalization, also because the ruler, the exoteric ruler of Libra is Venus, and Venus has gone retrograde just yesterday on the 5th of October, and is going to be retrograde until the 15th of November. So Venus is about choosing. Venus is about desire. What do you desire? What do you love the most? Venus rules different star signs. It rules Taurus, it rules Libra, and it rules Capricorn on the esoteric level. So the Taurus represents the physical love. I love the desire, related to desire, the material desire, because Taurus talks about mainly, what do I like? What do I want? Do I want to have? And then Libra, as I said, is the balance. And then Capricorn talks about spiritual love. So there will be, again, we will be asked to face these two inner paths within us and choose what we love the most, so that we can really die to the old and be reborn into the light of the soul. Venus brings forth Ray 5, and Ray 5 is about the revelation of the way, the listening to the voice, being able to hear the voice of God in our ears. Is about the purification of fire. So fire, bear in mind that fire is about spirit, is about connecting spirit. So everything that is going to be burned out in the months to come is about a deep purification, so that we can align to our true self. And Venus in Taurus, Venus will be in Libra, so will in a way will be in the middle of between Taurus and Saturn. And then in Taurus we have Uranus, and Uranus is about a huge revolution, and Uranus is about shaking. Bear in mind that Taurus is an earth sign, so it means that Uranus will shake what we have built and shake because Taurus is the house of money, is the house of values, and then Libra rules relationship, business relationship, and love relationship, and so the house of money. And Capricorn is about is the house of the externalized will, is the house of work, and then is also called the sign of periodic resting. So things have come to an end, because when you reach the top of the monte, there's nothing else that you can do but walking down, walking back, and going into the valley. So Saturn, Saturn, the planet Saturn, is the ruler of, is called the guardian of the threshold. Saturn is about restriction, is about asking us, if you look at the symbol of Saturn, is a cross with a little sight. And the sight is about cutting what we no longer need in matter. Is the death of the form so that we can experience resurrection. And being Libra, being important in Libra, so we will stop, because Libra also, as I said to you, rules meditation. And in meditation we have 5 stages. The first stage is about concentration, which is associated to Leo. The second stage is about meditation itself, which is is associated to Virgo. And then contemplation is associated to Libra. Illumination is associated to Scorpio, and then inspiration is associated to Sagittarius. Here we are in the middle of these 5 stages. The 9 is about meditation. The Libra talks about meditation, is about standing still, listening, so that you can make a choice. And so what we're going to experience is a sign of a crisis of equilibrium, because we have to have, by meditating, contemplating, we are going to have the first real vision of the path to appear, the next step that we have to take in order to be able to manifest our wisdom, our path, our potential. So it's the soul will engage us in this inner conflict, inner battle, because the purpose is to Libra is associated to justice, so the tarot card of justice, if you look at, and justice is blind, because this is divine justice, so it's going to align the inner and the outer. In a way, we're going to separate the sheep from the goats, and then we are going to, by making a choice, we are going to live and then unfold the potential that is hidden in our life. I have to say one thing. Libra is the only inanimated sign that we have in the zodiac. If you look at Aries is an animal, Taurus is an animal, Gemini are human beings, Cancer is an animal, Leo, Virgo is a woman. So Libra is a scale, and then Libra is associated in the color wheel to green. Green is about panoramic view. It's about making a choice. Is the color of the heart, and because it's the green chakra. So, and the symbol of the green chakra is 2 triangles intertwined, the Star of David. So in a way, we are asked to connect together, bring that together, the upper triangle, which is the male triangle, the higher mind, the wheel of the soul, with the lower triangle, which is the feminine triangle, which is the form, the personality. So again, you see the same thing, the same concept coming through. So this, and Libra normally is about choice, making a choice, because generally Libra doesn't want to choose, because he thinks that is to choose between either the one or the other. But the highest meaning of Libra is finding the middle way. So finding the way of the heart. Spirit and matter are one, and they can be brought together. so that we can have a new understanding. The Hercules labor associated to Libra is the capture of the Erymanthean boar. Boar is a symbol of courage. So Libra, to choose, we need courage. We need an energy in order to dare to go towards the unknown, toward what we don't know, because we've never experienced, we've never lived from the soul. And if you want to look at this is the sky at the time of the lunation, and then you see that you can see this pentagram, okay? And then inside you see this 5-pointed star. From a pentagram is a astrological configuration, and then is associated to the element of fire. And I was talking before about the fire of purification, because is connected to the process of creative regeneration. So it's going to manifest. Few planets, which I'm going to mention in a second, are going to work together in order to bring new events in our life, so that we can, on one level, rectify our life. And then so we are going to experience polarity, but we are also going to see the dissolution of the old and the opening of the new. So we are going to feel a sort of alignment with the energy of the cosmos. Whatever is going to happen is going to help us align in order to manifest our soul contracts. In a way, the universe is telling us, now it's time to evolve. Now it's time for you to transcend your issues and start to evolve. And then you need to integrate your soul contract right now. So this we will have a lot of spiritual drive, because it's an energy to manifest things. And so this is also why this time we will be pushed to choose. The choice will be done, will be made. So the planets and the asteroids, the elements that are involved in this configuration are Juno, the asteroid Juno. Juno is the goddess of the spiritual marriage. The inner marriage is about, is asking us to overcome our spiritual obstacle and progress along the path, the inner path of the soul. And it is asking us to transcend our little self so that we can have this mystical union. Then the other planet involved in this pentagram is going to be Chiron. Chiron is has gone backwards, so it's gone back into Pisces, and is going to make us feel a crisis in relation to connecting to the higher source, because Pisces, on a very high spiritual level, is about going beyond the victim, connecting to the source, is a sign of resurrection and liberation. So the Chiron is going to be at 29 degrees, so every time we have the 29 degrees is a critical degree. So because we're going to experience the highest, the challenging aspect of the sign in order to move through, to break through. So because at 29 you have 1 foot in 1 degree and 1 foot in one sign, and because all the signs have 30 degrees. So it's about being, the next foot is in Aries, being who I am, individualized, but who I am from the soul point of view. And the other planets involved is going to be Saturn. And I said Saturn is asking us to leave behind the responsibility for let the past behind and take the responsibility for the future. And next aspect is going to be the North Node, which is about Dharma, which is about the future. And the other is going to be Mercury, which is going to illuminate our mind so that we can push all the other transformation, all the other planet into the awakening aspect. So Venus, that is going, as I said, is going to go backwards, retrograde, so it involves a process of internalization. It's going to be in Scorpio for a little bit and then go into Libra and then move back ahead again. While Venus is in Scorpio, is going to help us transform the nature of our desire. So it's going to helping us making the changes so that we can upgrade, because Scorpio is about the death of the dying or the glamour and illusion, and Libra is going to help us connect, choose what we love the most. So in all this, the pentagram, all this pentagram, we are going to really experience, pentagram talks about 5 corners, the 5 recesses of the universe, and symbolically, these 5 corners are where the seed of Kronos, time, Kronos is Saturn, are placed within the earth, so that we can, in order for the cosmos to appear. And 5, the pentagram, is also associated to the rosary, the one that we use to pray, because rosary is about meditation, contemplation, connecting to find the purity of intention. Is about the rosary was received in meditation by Saint Dominic in 1214, and then it was a tool to receive grace by the hands of the mother of the Redeemer, Jesus. Bear in mind that Jesus symbolically is the soul, so is a sort of receiving a grace from the soul, so that things start unfolding a new way. The rosary is about bringing a new spring in our life, and spring means a new energy, the fresh air, and is about, it was considered also a remedy for against the trials that we're going to experience in life. Rosary in the rosary normally we have 3 beads, and these 3 beads at the bottom represent faith, hope, and charity. I would like to spend a few words about this, because faith doesn't mean I need to have faith, but faith means working at the same, in accordance with the divine. So listening to the divine voice in silence, in meditation, and be guided in our actions. Hope is not the hope of, I would like to have this, I hope this is going to happen. Hope is about, in the tarot card, we associate, in the Zodiac tarot card, we associate hope to Esperance, the 17th card, which is about being completely naked in front of life and be open to receive, and also trust, have the faith that we're going to receive what is good for us, what will help us tune in with our higher self, and then receive also all the situation, all the guidance that we need. So hope that we will be guided towards our life purpose. And charity, normally we talk about a charity, about helping others, but charity comes from Latin, is the word caritas. Caritas was the translation of the Greek word agape or agape. And then what it means is about, in Greek we have 5 words that translate the word love, and agape means love God, love your higher self, love your soul mission beyond the little self. So in this big thing that is going to happen, which is going to be slow because it's going to unfold in the next month, something is going to happen that it will ask us to have faith and to be guided and to listen in silence, to be contemplative, to contemplate and listen to the inner voice, because through Venus, the ray 5, this inner voice will be heard. So I hope this little video helped you to understand a little bit about the new moon to come, and I wish you all the best, and I use this blessing, which is the best blessing I could pass on to you, because it's about asking the divine to guide you through yourself. So may God, may the greater life bless you so that you can unfold, and your divine purpose may unfold and lead you towards the manifestation, the revelation of your purpose in this life. Wishing you all the best. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful new moon. Bye bye.